If you're watching this video and you have no idea what to do whenever you step foot in the gym, if you're feeling a little overwhelmed by all the machines, I know it can be a little bit overwhelming. I was there at 1.2 and not really knowing exactly what I wanted to do when I stepped foot in the gym. There was a time whenever I had some weights over at my dad's house, and I picked up a barbell, threw on some 25s, and I tried to lift it, and I had no idea what I was doing. And I didn't have any type of structure as well. But in this video, I'm gonna help you guys out. And the next one, it's gonna be like kind of like two parts to it. But in this video, I wanna really just go over the muscle groups and the workouts I like to do for each muscle group. I'm not gonna go too much into detail because that's gonna be the next video wherever I go into more of the workout routine, the workout split that I use to get this build that I have now. But for now, I'm just gonna go over the muscle groups and workouts that I recommend doing to target each muscle group. So if your shoulders are feeling small like mine, then you know how to target your shoulders to grow them. So the first muscle group that I want to go over is your shoulders. The shoulders is also called the delts. So there's three parts of the shoulder. You have your front delt, you have your side delt, and you have your rear delt. So your front delt can be targeted by doing workouts such as military press. I like to do dumbbell. I typically recommend doing dumbbell military. You could do it with the barbell. You could also do it with a machine. All those target your front delts. I don't recommend doing more than one workout if you are hitting your shoulders. So just target your front delt, do the military press, and then I'll get into as well as sets and reps and things like that in another video. But the next one being the side delt, this is what grows your shoulder wider. This is what I've been still trying to work on to this day, but you're gonna wanna do lateral raises with the dumbbells. There are machines for it, but I typically just recommend you try using lightweight. You're not going to want to go heavy whenever you're doing lateral raises. Start with lightweight, focus on form, and raise your elbow up, and that'll target your side delt. There's a great machine at my gym that I love using for side delt as well. But if you're just starting out, you want to just build a foundation first. So I recommend using the dumbbells. The next muscle group that I wanted to go into was the rear delt. So the rear delt is, it's kind of difficult to get whenever you first start out. Whenever I was working out, and I didn't even know about the rear delt. I had one of my buddies tell me, hey man, you should start working out your rear delt. Your shoulders are starting to look a little like slouched over. I had no idea you could work out your rear delt. I thought it just kind of went along with the back. But for the rear delt, you can do rear delt flies. So like the machine that you see at the gym, the chest fly machine, you could also, most of them, you can do a rear delt fly movement as well. And that'll target the back of your shoulder. There is also a way to do it with the dumbbells. If you just lean over on the bench and pull your elbow back, just remember you're just pulling with your elbow. And that'll work the back of your shoulder so your shoulder isn't looking super rounded over in the front. So the next muscle group that I want to go over is your arms. So in your arms, you have your bicep, tricep, and you have your forearm. I'm not going to recommend y'all focus too much on the forearm simply because, or at least for me, holding weight is enough just to grow your forearms. I mean, my forearm is almost the size of my bicep and I don't even work forearms. So for bicep and tricep, I recommend on your bicep doing things like hammer curls, gorilla curls, which is off to the side. You don't have to focus too much on the different parts of your bicep, but if you're first starting out, just focus on doing a bunch of curls, keeping the weight slow and controlled, and that'll grow your bicep. And then later on in other videos, I will get into the different parts of your bicep as well as your tricep. So for the tricep, I recommend doing some push downs. You could do this with, if you have a cable, just take a weight and push down like this, as well as overhead extensions. Those are really good. That'll probably be the best one if you're first starting out. Just same thing, you're taking the weight of the cable and you're just pressing like this over your head. Hopefully I'm putting up a video on the screen because probably not explaining it the best way possible, but if you can see it visually, then it'll most likely make a little bit more sense. So the tricep is the biggest part of the arm, which whenever I first started working out, I thought it was the bicep. You just had to grow your bicep, but the tricep actually makes up the most part of your arm, which is fun fact, right? The next muscle group that I want to go over is the chest, which chest is my favorite thing to work out along with a lot of other people. I'm actually hitting chest tonight, so excited about that. Chest, I typically like to do a press movement and a fly movement. So you could do incline dumbbell or barbell or machine bench press, or you could do it laying flat. Incline will work a little bit more your upper chest, so make sure to swap it out depending on how many times a week you work out. I would recommend just incorporating a press movement, and then a fly movement can be done on a machine. Most gyms typically have the cable fly machines. That's the same one that you would work out your rear delt. The next muscle group I want to go over is the back. So for the back, I typically like to do lat pull downs. You could also do pull-ups. That would also be a good workout for your back, as well as like rows, cable row, or you could do it on the machine. These are all good muscle groups that'll work out your back. I typically like to do this one where it's standing. It's like a standing pull down. I don't even really know the exact term for it, but I'll put up a video on the screen so you know what I'm talking about. That one has really grown my back. It's given me the wings. The next and final thing I want to talk about is your legs. You have your quads, hamstrings, and you have your calves. So the quad is on the front of your thigh. Things like leg extensions, leg press if you're doing a closer stance. Same thing with squats. You want to do a closer stance. That will work out your quads. I like to call the quad the tricep of your leg because you're extending your leg out same way you would like your tricep whenever you work out your tricep. And then your hamstring, I like to call the bicep of your leg because you're doing a curl. So things like leg curls, RDLs, squat if you're doing a wider stance, same thing if you're doing leg press. That'll all work out the back part of your thigh, which is your hamstring. Calves, I typically just like to do calf raises. You could do it seated or you could do it standing. If you don't have a machine, you can just hold weight and then do calf raises that way. But that's just about it, guys. If you have any questions about anything or specific things you need help in the gym, comment them down below and I'll make sure to put it on my video idea list, and I'll make a video on that in the future. And with that being said, I appreciate you guys, and I'm looking forward to helping you guys out in the future. And in the next video, I'm going to be going over how I transform my body from this to this with one simple workout routine. All right, guys, I appreciate it. Love you. Take it easy.